Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Crown of thorns. And they played a crown of thorns and placed it on the head of Jesus. This crown of thorns represents the sufferings that came from Adam when God says, through thorns and thistles and bristles will you eat. Same thing it is. Jesus took all the sufferings. Friends, bring your sufferings to Jesus Christ. January 25, 2019, Friday. Today was the feast day of the conversion of St. Paul, right there. Feast, the church. St. Paul used to be a terrible sinner, and he converted to the faith. So what that tells us, it doesn't matter what type of sins you're doing, you got to convert to God. God can't convert you. Paul was a murderer. Said I was a murderer. I persecuted the faith. But I became a Christian by the grace of God. So it doesn't matter if you're an atheist, if you're deep in the needs of sexual sin or sodomy or whatever you're doing. Adultery, fornication, drugs, alcohol, God can save you. Call on to God right now and just say, God, help me out. That's what you got to do, man. God, help me out. Paul says I was using an example by Jesus Christ as a vessel to show people what God can do. You know, now we got to call on to God. Just say, God, help me out, please. It's easy to go to heaven, those two words. God, help me out, please. I'm a sinner. I want to change my life, man. God got your back. Let's go to confession and let us enjoy the feast day of St. Paul. Yeah, Paul. Look at these military vehicles out here. You see how they well protected? They got an armor. You should put the armor of God on, you know what I'm saying? You put on the armor of God. You see, a lot of Christians are walking around living in sin, eating too much. I'm guilty of doing this sometimes, drinking, fornication, sodomy, lying, hating, not forgiving people. So we ain't got the armor of God. So when the devil comes, he gets to us. This is what Jesus says when he says, put on the armor of God. See how protected it is in there? If you got the same thing yourself, you're protected, you feel me? You got to get you one of those, and that's the Bible, the scripture, confession. Confession drives away the devil. And changing your life and asking God and praying, God, lead me to heaven. I don't want to go to hell. See, so we should strive to be armored by Christ, protected by Christ completely. Like this vehicle is. See that vehicle right there? You can just barge through it. This one you can't do it because it's protected by the armor. It's holy hour, 3 o'clock. So we're supposed to pray the Chaplet of Divine Mercy by Sister Faustina. Sister Faustina says 3 o'clock. There I got this prayer card that says Sister Faustina. You expired, Jesus, but the source of life gushed forth for souls, an ocean of mercy opened up for the whole world. O fountain of life, unfathomable divine mercy, empty yourself out upon us and envelop the whole world. O blood and water that gushed forth from the heart of Jesus as a fountain of mercy for us, I trust in you. O blood and water that gushed forth from the heart of Jesus as a fountain of mercy, I trust in you. Day after day proclaims the glory of God.